Good afternoon, everyone. Today is May 24, Sunday. So here in the city, not everybody can go outside. Ang malaod karon nga only mga red plate ug katong ng mga dunay mga quarantine pass mo ay makagawas-gawas. Anyway, today is very hot in the city. So we are now here live again in our Facebook accounts para sa ating live conference through Facebook. Now, joining is Igmat Jillian Bularen, okay? Ayong adlaw ni Jillian, ang Liging Ruslan, also joining now, experts of the holistic art. So, my warmest regards to everybody, to all the chapters of Dugukan in different parts of the region. Okay, now also joining is Anne sa Bethlehem the Resort, Paradise. So, Maravilla, North Cebu, mayong hapon niya. Good afternoon, GMPS, mayong hapon niya. And nice to see you here. And also ni Igmat, Marie, o Maribik, Anagha, sa India. So, one of the chapters now of Dugukan, newly initiated chapters of Dugukan, India. Nice to see you here, everybody. I'm really glad today is Sunday, May 24. So, di naman tanan makalabas ngayon kay okay, ayaw lang po kay para po dili kay crowded ang ato ang syudad. So I hope everybody is doing well kasi inyong mga panimalay. Ayong hapon po from Anne, then from India, Miss from Maribik. Good afternoon, GMPS 172. Yes, good afternoon, Maribik. Again, nice to see you here. Everybody, I'm really glad magkita tayo ngayon para sa ating mga ganitong ating mga activities, live conference tayo sa Facebook. So, parang nagkita tayo araw-araw dito sa ating live conference. Okay, although hindi tayo nakapunta sa mga lugar natin, pero the same na nagkita tayo, nakausap tayo dito sa ating conference. This is good. And joining now also is si Nicole. Okay, mayang hapon ni Nicole diya sa Karkar City, Cebu. Also joining now is Mayet Noynay, Haliging Mayet. Okay, sa Gurudo chapter si Haliging Mayet. And also si expert, all the experts of Hilot Healing. So, Patanchuel Quijano, expert of Hilot Healing, and everybody experts in the Hilot Arts, Healing Arts. Okay, joining with us now is good afternoon, GM, so from Terry Kohler. Okay, nice, welcome Terry, and nice to see you here once again. I'm really glad to see you here in our live IFB conference. So feel free to share your concern here and we'll see anong magawa natin. Also joining also now is Jimaisha. Igmat Jimaisha Restauro nag-iilaw. So good afternoon. GMPS 172 watching here in Cebu City. Cebu City today is very peaceful because not so many cars outside. Kasi parang sa Saturday, Sunday usually walang mga makalabas. Okay, so that's why the street today is really empty ang street natin ngayon. Wala maraming mga tao, wala mga sasakyan. Okay, nice. And here live broadcast through Facebook. Dito lang tayo ngayon sa Cebu City. From Terry Kohler. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome, Terry. I'm looking forward tapos ng atong mga mga trials of the surroundings, so we can freely go anywhere. Today, only here within Cebu City, we can visit Cebu City pag mayroon lang po tayong mga kailanganin doon sa bilihin. Pag wala tayong bilihin, hindi tayo makalabas. Kaya, mas especially sa atin. Okay, from Angela, good afternoon. GMPS watching you again live here at Gurudur chapter. Yes, Angela. Okay, now joining also si Jonil Aladad. Mayong hapon, GM. At sa lahat ng nanonood. Yes, mayong hapon, Jonil. I'm glad that you here join our live conference. So, parang tulumano na ito natin sa matag araw. So, now joining also Benji Estorco sa Negros. Mayong hapon, GMPS 172 watching once again you live here in Gurudut chapter. Okay, Gurudut chapter. Mayong hapon dia Benji. So, bisag ingon ani lang. Okay. Life continues and with vigor of spirit we can do bigger things in our lives. So that's good. This is actually good because although simple life and simple activities, in this way we can share informations beneficial for everybody. So this is actually a blessing in disguise where we are having this trial of time, and I will anticipate what we can do even though dito lang tayo sa internet. Maganda ngayon kay hindi pa, okay, hindi pa tayo masyadong busy. Okay, gandang hapon po, Jim. From Brent Brian, St. June. Brent Brian, St. June. How to read this? Sayong June. Okay. Brent Brian. Okay, mayong hapon diha. Mayong hapon, Brent Brian. Sa tanan. Sa tanan yun. Also joining one of the experts of healing, Iris Bularin. Tik Iris. Okay, mayong hapon everyone. And to all choppers of Dugukan, different parts of the country, including outside the country, and especially outside the country because they are far but so clear, and they are very near, closer in our hearts. And this is an illustration of our oneness with all the stars. Ang oneness with all the stars natin because spiritually we are strongly connected. Spiritually we are strongly connected. So, ganito lang, our energies actually are entangling. Nag-entangle itong mga energies natin ngayon because this is conference, spiritual conference. Although malayo, pero napakalapit. Okay, our energy is actually in this exercise, our energies are entangling and will become one, and this one is with all. Okay? Joining now is Mataan Arthur Hernais sa Karaatan Chapter, Caracas City, Cebu. Mayong hapon, GMPS 172 watching from Karaatan Chapter. Mayong hapon do. O sa tarang mga practitioners dyan sa Karaatan, Caracas City, Cebu. Also now joining is Ria de Los Santos. Good afternoon, Jim. Watching you live here. Karaatan side. Okay. Mayong hapon diha inday, Ria. Okay, ug sa tanan nga mga naa diha sa Karaatan Buena Vista. My warmest regards to all practitioners of martial arts. Eskrima, to all martial arts practitioners in the world of martial arts. So my warmest regards to everyone, especially also friends, brothers, and sisters propagating martial arts, Filipino martial arts outside the country. There are so many of them outside the country sharing the lessons of Filipino martial arts. So my warmest regards for everybody. Everybody, I hope everybody is doing well and everything is going fine over there. Okay, so hindi natin makalimutan itong mga teachers of Filipino martial arts based on outside the country. They are doing their part in the propagation of promoting good culture that can uplift the lives, the spiritual side, moral values of the people, practitioner of martial arts. Okay, so my warmest regards to every one of you there. Okay, to all the chapters of Dugukan, Karatan, Lunas, Guadalupe, Carcar, Manila, Sandayong, Gorondo, Bethlehem, San Vicente, Olango, Zamboanga, Panama, Bethlehem, doon sa North, sa Cebu, sa India, sa saan pa, sa Leyte, sa Kanglaon, and Naga, and to the different parts of their country, or we would say to the entire, yes, Gorordo. But ang dami pa din, no? Sa Buhisan, sa Salbami. So, ang dami pa ng chapter na to. I tried to memorize all the chapters. Pero, okay lang. Maganda ito. Kasi, as we go forward, okay, dumami tayo. And we are having also USA, yes. Okay, Mishwari. Sa Mishwari, also how to read this? Mishwari USA. Okay, USA from Terry Collier. Wow, I'm looking forward to see a chapter from the different parts of the world. So this is an illustration of oneness with all the stars. As we are shining the light of the divine regions of the Most High, we are going to create a giant waves of positive energy, and we are going to make the big difference. So that's why, even though you look at this time, we are actually crippled to visit physically to the different parts of the region, but actually a blessing in disguise, because although we cannot physically travel anywhere, spiritually the scope of our sharing of the lights expand. So it means to say, it's not because we are physically capable to travel anywhere, we can do bigger things. There are so many things, there are so many instances that we can do bigger things when we are just staying in a one place. That's what actually happening now, right now, because we are here, and you will just sit down here and talk here through live broadcast. Then we can share the message to the world. We're going to share the message in the entire planet. So that's why, this is my reason why I'm actually encouraging everybody to have the copy of the book, so that when we can master the literature of the book is talking about holistic art in a spiritual way. So this is actually a sort of enlightenment, sharing the lessons of spiritual information for everybody, so everybody also can connect. And the formula is, we have very simple formula: receive, align, and adapt. So once we can receive, align, and adapt, okay, we can have that kind of energy in our physical body and energy body for our soul. Okay, now joining also is Rumi Ariscado. Everybody now is joining, and I'm really glad. So, kumusta man si Rumi Ariscado? Mayong hapon, Rumi. O palihog siya ko rin haligi, kay nawa. Okay, so wait for a while. Anyway, ang atong mga panghinaot nga ang tanan karon, anayo sa maayong kapiskay sa panglawas. Kapiskay sa panglawas, unya with vigor of spirit. Okay, from Terry Cooler. I haven't gotten the book yet. It hasn't came yet. Okay, si Terry nakabalik ba siya libro? Nakalit siya.
Bayan siya siya. Wala pa. Nakuha siya nag-email. Pa-email lang siya. Wala niya na-receive.
Okay, so okay, I haven't gotten the book yet. It hasn't come yet. Okay. So nakuha na siya kanang
Na-download.
okay, i-emailan lang siya.
Email lang siya. Wala niya nakuha. I-email lang nato sa iya.
Sige. Okay, to Terry Cooler. Okay. I'll ask the in charge of the book to send you the email for the book today, so that you can receive the copy of the book and you can begin reading the book. Okay, so everybody, and also joining now is si Patrice. Good PM. Jim is watching you here. Mayong hapon. Mayong hapon, Patrice, sa Sugod Leyte. So, mayong hapon diha, kaneng Patrice, and early glad to see you here. So, daghan-daghan na din ato ang mga chapter of we are going to create chapters in the places where people having hard to share the lessons of holistic art. Okay, nice. Okay. Mayong hapon, Jim, wala lagi signal dire. Okay, okay lang. Okay lang, Roy Mibuy, kay nakita man tika karon. O sa tanang mga mga tao sa kalibutan, unsa may ato ang mahimo nga mga activities nga makaingon ta nga ma-share na to kining ato ang mga mayong mga panan-aw sa kinabuhi, how we are going to share the lessons which are actually beneficial for everybody. So in this way, so we apply natural way. This is this naturalness. Naturalness, okay, dito lang tayo, mag-usap lang tayo sa mga importanteng mga bagay. We'll just talk important things about enlightenment. So with this exercises, people can observe and they will join. So we are welcoming everybody to join and to share their information as well. Tingnan natin. At saka, we are going to share lessons, and not only lessons, we are going to share exercises of good energy from within. So as the angels of supreme light are getting closer now, every exercise of Art of Life 172, so they are appearing, manifesting in the skies. Marami sila. And meron mga formation, mga mangyayaring formation. So thanks that I am reminding everybody pag marami sila in the formation. So talagang unusual yung mga activities nila sa taas. Ang ibig sabihin dyan, that is a sign. That is a sign of bigger activities in the planet. Pag strangling yung mga formations nila, scattering in the different parts of coming from different directions, going to different directions, and there are so many of them, so it means to say bigger forces of nature. And it is in the formation going to north, going to south, or anywhere in the formation. So that means ano, peace and harmony sa the condition of peace and harmony of the entire planet. So I hope so. So that's why that's part of the healing of life and nature, that we will be having worldwide peace. So it's important we'll be having worldwide peace. Okay, joining is Haling Bulalakaw sa Manila chapter. Okay, magandang araw sa lahat ng mga taga Manila chapter. Sa lahat ng mga kaibigan natin dyan sa Manila. Sana nasa mabuting kalagayan ang lahat. Okay, joining also is Joshel Sator. Good afternoon. GM, okay, good afternoon. And also Annie Belindes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Annie. Good afternoon, everyone. So, becoming wise is actually learning the movements of the heavenly bodies, becoming wiser, practicing or learning to discern the signs and the wonders of heavens. Those are important. Mystery behind life, mystery that can be seen, the wonders of heavens, and the signs that shall manifest from the skies, from the stars, moon, sun. There are those signs that we can perceive, and we are going to discern whatever signs, because those are actually important messages for us to be aware of the coming days and arranging our life for bigger activities. So that's part of the wonders in life. Or else we are not aware of that. So people will dwell life in with too much fear, and that's not good. So fears, blinding ignorance, all those vibrations actually negative. It can shatter our powerful spirit. So it can shatter our powerful immune system. By the way, as long as we have inner cultivation, so it means to say our powerful immune system, because our immune system is not only packed up with vitamins and minerals, energy or from the vitamins and minerals, likewise very powerful energy from spiritual realm. So the energy that cannot be defined here. So energy, will just make it simple words. Energy comes from the spiritual realm. Okay, from Haliging Bulalakaw, mayong hapon, watching you live broadcast from Manila chapter headquarter. Okay, mayong hapon Haliging Bulalakaw, at saka si Dibini, mayong hapon GM. Yes, mayong hapon sa tanan. Mayong hapon sa tanan. Magandang araw sa lahat. So yesterday, okay, by the way, today is usual day. We eat the normal food. So at 12 midnight, okay, we'll be back for our energy cultivation using water modality, making water for our food. So our food intake for our physical body, will just use water. And water, making water by the blessings of the Most High, transforming the water into living water of life. So that's why that's a good discipline in life, that we should learn how we can transform water into living water and make that water for powerful food. Food not only for the physical body, likewise food for the energy body of the soul. So we have physical body of the soul. This physical body, molecular composition of our physical body, and the energy body of the soul. So interpenetrating inside and outside our physical body actually is the energy body of the soul, and the substance of the soul, making the soul very powerful, the substance of spirit. And spirit, the substance of spirit, that the spirit will know, making the spirit a true person, the substance of consciousness. So it must be consciousness, energy, life, and that's what we are. Actually, that's what we are. We are energy, consciousness, energy, light, and life. So we are self from higher dimension, incarnating life in the minor realm, in the astral dimension, from astral dimension in the mortal physical existence. This is actually the cosmos. We are now in this planet experiencing the mortal physical existence of life. For lessons, the lessons actually is soul realization, ascending our lives from this planet into higher dimension, or is higher dimension into the supreme governance of light, into the infinite form of light. So this is beautiful. So that's why life is always blissful. And if we have problems, for example, let's say we have problems in the physical body because our physical body actually are weak, so it's okay, because definitely our soul is not. Our soul is not weak. We are strong in the spiritual side. And besides, so long as mortal physical, there is no really strong in the mortal physical. That's the reason why we are going to resort into the most powerful foundation in our lives, which is the spiritual foundation, so that we can have powerful shielding. And the powerful shielding will embrace our physical body, will embrace our soul, so that we will not become vulnerable with any form of negative psychic attacks. We are not vulnerable with any kinds of viruses, fatal viruses. So we are always safety in our lives. So that's why reason why we are going to share the lessons of holistic art, energy cultivation, because this is an illustration of unconditional love. So the illustration of unconditional love is enlightening the heart and the mind of the people, how they are going to take good care of their lives. So this is our oneness. So our spiritual responsibility for our very own selves and to the brothers and sisters, we can illustrate in a way, we can share to them lessons that can enlighten them physically, emotionally, spiritually. So this is what we're doing now. Also now joining is si Isagani Panginahog siya. sa ano sa lunas ano sa dayong chapter. Okay, may hapon diha do. May apa ni matan isa gani may hapon diha matan. Also joining is there basa sa ato ning message. Okay, wait for a while. Ato ning tanawon tong screen. Okay, susit kabardo. Mayong hapon GM. It is possible that all dreams has particular message. How can we determine GM if it is just an ordinary dream or it is just lesson activity daghang salamat? Yes, all dreams could have meanings. Every dream has meaning. And you know that the meanings of the dreams are just mundane, hindi kayo masyadong malinaw yung meaning if just fragments from the imaginations printed in the auric force. So, pag the colors of the dream talaga parang tunay, maliwanag na maliwanag. So, you have to discern the meaning. So, that's why kailangan sa spiritual awareness to perceive the meanings of your dreams. Then, if hindi masyadong klaro yung light ng dream, so ibig sabihin dyan, it's just fragments from the thoughts of your imaginations already actually printed and the auric force and the mind has reading for that unnecessary thoughts. So that's it. So ngayon, kailangan talaga I perceive the energies in the surroundings, mga ano, ang daming mga notions ng mga energies. So that's why we should stay balanced, keep calm. So that is learning to become always having peace and harmony within because of the different surroundings, different vibrations, ang daming mga negative energies. Even though here, while we are talking here, we are live conference and we're coming from the different places. Ang iba napakalayo, even in fact, some of the participants are outside the countries. We can perceive every energy. So that's why spiritual expansion, perceptivity with energies. And there are good energies, there are also no good energies. And because of the collective energies and the divine connections from the Most High, so we are going to transform every negative energy into positive energy. Because actually, the only reason why the energy becomes negative because of the consciousness driving that energy. If we went by the consciousness, if when it wasn't by the consciousness driving the energy, so every energy is okay, is good. Every energy is good because we can use the energy for healing. We can use the energy for positive activities. So consciousness will define the energy. So if what is the driving force for that energy, so that is actually the definitions of that energy. So actually energy has no consciousness. Then if when it comes to putting consciousness to the energy, so that will determine what kind of energy, whether the energy is negative or the energy is positive. So when I'm talking about energy that usually used to heal people or to harm people, and this is my reason why how we are going to transform negative vibrations into positive higher vibrational frequency so that it will become useful. It will become useful. The way here I'm talking, for example, especially for people who are very open, they can really perceive energies, and in fact they are very sensitive. I saw many people very sensitive with energy, so that's why they don't have peace and harmony because any vibration they can perceive, and they don't have powerful shielding because they do not train their consciousness to be flexible of the energy, so that's why they are bothered all the time. And that's the reason why we are doing that. Here we have energy cultivation, and the formula actually receive, align, and adapt. Once you can receive, align, and adapt, the third task is to adapt, so that when you can adapt, you are not really much bothered with negative energy. By the way, we are going to use our communication here, I think, English, because for the sake of our friends, brothers, and sisters outside the country, that cannot understand our dialect or our language here. In the country, we have dialect, especially Cebuano, Cebu, Bisaya. And the country, we have language, Filipino language, Tagalog. But not everybody can understand here Tagalog, so we'll just use English here. At saka binakular tayo. So, that's my reason why I'm using English language, second language, and sharing the lessons for the sake of our beloved friends, brothers, and sisters who cannot understand actually our language. Anyway, English is universal, and this is also for the sake of long range purpose that whenever people can see this video because this will be documented and this will be part of the reference for people who would like to inquire, who would like to get to know deeper about the holistic art of Dugukan. And this is also important. One thing I would say important because this is our oneness, and not everybody, as I said, not everybody is actually learning Art of Life 172 because this is new release from Spiritual Dimension. When I'm talking about new release, so it's not yet in the circulation long time ago. It's just newly released. 2007 newly released, and not many people are actually learning Art of Life by this time. It's just few compared to the 7 billion people around the world. So we cannot even reach 0.1% because it's just new art of life. It's just new released lessons from this day or higher dimension. So that's why I'm writing a book for the lesson so that this will become the reference for anybody that would go deeper about lessons of art of life 172 or inner cultivation, inner discovery. So this is also my point why I welcome everybody to study art of life and one of the become one of the teachers of art of life 172 so that we can share lessons very practical and very practical. Why is it very practical? Because there is corresponding illustrations. Anyway, this is holistic art. This is not actually a religious activity because we are in the holistic art and welcoming anyone who can love the art that would like to develop as well their physical body and energy body. So that's why I welcome everybody that loves to do lessons of art of life 172. Anyway, I think there's no conflict because we are here talking about holistic art, how we can develop our body, mind, soul, and spirit. And this is actually very important. So that's why in the Dugukan script, it is said there, foundation of knowledge and wisdom, because we love wisdom and knowledge. We cannot ignore knowledge and wisdom. So we cannot despise knowledge and wisdom. So knowledge, we are going to subscribe the the light of knowledge and wisdom. Without knowledge is actually difficult. In fact, little knowledge is very dangerous. Little knowledge is very dangerous. We do not know if we can survive because we don't have good foundation because we deny what is good. So little knowledge is dangerous. Without wisdom, much more dangerous because in the clever ways of the negatives, by the clever ways of the negatives, we can be misled in our journey. In our journey of our lives here in the mortal physical existence, we can be easily misled without the light of the wisdom. So deep within, actually, everybody has wisdom. We only need to activate those wisdom, and how we are going to activate those wisdom. The answer for that is Art of Life 172. That's why I'm still in the process of writing the book for Art of Life 172, and I said it will comprise the entire volume of the book of Dugukan will comprise 19 volumes of book. Actually, there are so many books about mystical arts and the different cultures of the world. There are so many books pertaining to mystical arts, different culture in the world, because it's not only in the country where there are mystical books, entire planet, because there are those. links from spiritual dimension that actually build the art. So what we are talking art here, we are talking about an art which is newly released from spiritual dimension. So that's why there is there is practical modules. There is practical mod. There are practical modules that we are going to reveal, the modules of the holistic art. So lesson of the art of life 172. Okay, the lessons of art of life 172. Actually, there are 72 lessons of art of life 172, and 72 lessons that pertains to the moving exercise, the transitory exercise, movement exercise. And the other one is, the other set is actually 29 lessons of art of life for the structural lessons. And we need only to learn from the guidance of the Most High from heaven. So at least we here, people in the planet, can learn 10 lessons of Art of Life 172. That is actually enough. That is what we need. And if we want to master the lessons, to reach the mastery and use the illustrations of Art of Life 172 in your advanced spiritual study, in your conscious astral journey, you can have at least 10 lessons. And if we want to go advanced, so memorize at least 16 lessons to 20 lessons. And in fact, with 3 lessons of Art of Life 172, you can already align even one lesson, even the introduction Home Jump Camp. Home Jump Camp, that is opening your introduction the to the advance in the realm. So connect your consciousness of the center of the planets. And talking about center of the planets, all heavenly bodies, including the stellars, including the stars. So inner world. So then create a rainbow bridge of light, activate the rainbow bridge of light, and bring the energy at your all connected bodies, at your 7 energy centers in the physical body. Then come there in the skies, connect to the universal consciousness or cosmic force or heavens, to the supreme superlight angels. So that's why is actually really necessary when you have the copy of the book, so that you can begin your Art of Life 172. Okay, there is also a question. I remember that, what if I cannot walk? So could I learn Art of Life 172? Okay, you can still walk. You can still do Art of Life 172. That's why even myself, if I do not like to stand because I'm writing or I'm doing something, then I would like to do Art of Life, I'll just sit down and do my Art of Life 172. Then how I'm going to do that? I'll use I'll use Om Jum Kam Lesson, boom, then do it, soft and perceive the energy. And then the 44th lesson also. So anyway, when you memorize the lessons, actually there are 3 lessons in volume 1. So Arcom is system and the sapphire. So with 3 lessons, okay, you can do it also while you are sitting down, especially when you cannot really stand. So if you cannot stand, you can still do Art of Life 172. And if you would like to look at the skies because you wish to see the presence of the angels of the supreme light with your naked eyes, okay, do it outside. Do it outside, sit down properly or relax at your most comfortable position and do your Art of Life 172. You'll just sit down. You need not to stand up because it's actually spiritual martial arts. Spiritual martial arts, you can fight the negative energies by just sitting down. And spiritual martial arts, or you can fight, suppress all the negative energies in your surrounding, or just with just, well, you are sitting down, you do not move anything, you're not, there's no need to have many movements, or just all you have to do is just to sit down. And in fact, if you can advance your lessons, you can do Art of Life 172 while you're sitting down, and your alter ego will do it for you. And then what's that alter ego that will do it for you? Your alter ego is your other connected body, and that's why I would rather say, let's going to master first the structural formation of our physical body when it comes to the integrations of the energy. So soul, body of the soul, and body of the physical body, actually twin hearts. So we'll get back to the basic of understanding about twin hearts. What's twin hearts? So, for example, if I'm really tired, then I feel my body really tired, then I can still do my art of life 172. I do not need to do astral travel. Well, I just sit down and use my alter ego. You can do it also because this is just elementary lesson. It's not actually paranormal. But of course, for at first time when you hear that this can be done, so it seems like supernatural. But anyway, this is not supernatural. Anybody can do it. You can do it also. You'll just sit down and close your eyes. While you close your eyes, perceive that you are going to perform Art of Life 172 and begin performing Art of Life 172. First, you have to perform three home jump camps to the east for Amistad, Radam, and Morka. Second, you have to perform home jump camp to the four corners. Four corners, as I said, there are main spiritual energy stations actually in the four main directions. So I'm talking about four main directions, not four main directions of what we think, the north, east, west, south. Okay, the four, just just speak it in the mind. Four main directions. So to the east, north, west, south, and perform your home gym cam lessons and do your inner core bowing. With that, so you're just sitting down and closing your eyes. Then the one that will perform the lessons is your alter ego. So what's alter ego? Actually, your other connected bodies, which is still you. So you are going to use your energy body. Do not do conscious astral journey. Do your conscious energy. The energy body will just do it with your focus of your mind. Then you'll realize that you're really doing Art of Life 172. So with that, it's just a sort of meditation. So that's why the basic of meditation actually, we must begin the the structural movement. The method. Structural method is you need not to move your physical body. All you have to do is just to focus that you are energy until the brain wave can align with the frequency needed for you to realize that your consciousness is actually transferring into your energy body and you are actually able to use your alter ego. Of course, there is a necessity to discover the name of your guardian angel and your spiritual master, because the secret actually is, if what's your name, for example, so you can get the name of your guardian angel and your spiritual master to the light and sound vibrations which corresponds to your name. And how we are going to do that? Okay, when you are actually present in our side, then I'll assign someone to do it for you so that maturuan kayo how you are going to know the names of your guardian angel and your spiritual master. And there are also questions people are asking me, what about this one? I know the name of my guardian angel and your spiritual master. No, actually, you have your precise guardian angel's name and spiritual master's name. And how you are going to know that, you should know the number life activation of the Trinity of Man. And I'm pretty sure that you already know that the name of your guardian angel, your spiritual master, because the number life activation of the Trinity of Man was just actually new release. So if it is new release, it's not yet found in the book. So that's why the book two I included the number life activation of the Trinity of Man. In the first book, there is mentioned there about the number life activation of the Trinity of Man, or the Trinity of the universe, of the Trinity of the cosmos. So with that, you are able to get your precise light and sound vibration. So what is precise light and sound vibration? Okay, every name that we have, our names actually having light and sound vibrations, which corresponds to the names of our guardian angels and our spiritual masters. and to all other connected bodies. It means, or in short, light and sound vibrations through the letters of our names that will correspond to the Supreme Self. And it's important to know those names because actually that light and sound vibrations of that words should be your precise divine word because or divine names because those are actually the names that will correspond to the names of your guardian angel and to the spiritual master. Then what if for example I have given a name by someone, then this is the name of my guardian angel and the spiritual master. Okay, by the way, it's not the name of your guardian angel and your spiritual master because nobody can give it to you unless you have learned the number life activation of the Trinity of Man. So that's why in the knowing of thyself, nobody can tell you that that is what you are and who you are. You yourself will discover what you are and who you are. So that's the reason why I am encouraging everybody in the inner discovery to do your part and do not believe my words. Do not believe me because when you believe me so much, you'll just simply ask anyone in the group, can you please give me my divine word, the name of my guardian angel, the name of my spiritual master? Then the things is actually nobody, as I said, nobody can give it to you unless you will know it. So you will know it because you do your part. You do your part. So the truth that we learn in the beginning of inner discovery, every truth that we'll know actually will know the half. Then the second half is our part to fulfill. And how we are going to do that? Okay, undergo actual training. So that's why the thing that natural we go in the natural way. It does not mean that we should not do anything. We should do anything because there is something spiritual responsibility that we need to comply in ourselves, and that is the knowing of thyself. So now is revealed actually in this holistic art. We are going to share lessons how we are going to know the deeper side of ourselves, know thyself, in the art and science of inner discovery. So anyway, this is inner discovery. So that's why the title of the book of the Dugukan is What's a Divine Revelation? So what's a divine revelation? So meaning what you have to see it and make it that you see it so that you will have soul realization. Then if you can only talk it because you memorize the book and you have information from your friends, brothers and sisters, then well that's okay because that's the beginning of understanding until you go deeper and then you can perform it. So that is know thyself. Okay, so from Ani Belindes, Mayong hapon, GMPS 172, always watching you here, Manila chapter headquarters. Yes, Mayong hapon, Ani, and nice to see you here. So now also joining Gisnel Hasmin. Okay, Mayong hapon, Jin. Mayong hapon diha, Hasmin. Mayong hapon. Nice. Ingat sa trabaho. Si Gisnel is a frontliner, so busy na siya, marami siyang natulungan mga tao kay she's a midwife. And from also from Optic Aries Liboron chapter, hi Jim, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. And okay, sa taas, from Marivic, dear Jim PH172, the day you give me the task, I observed that too much negative energy attacks me. Okay, don't you worry with the negative energies because the dark side, actually, the dark side, they're afraid. They're afraid that people of light will shine their radiance and can transform the negative energies into powerful positive energies. They are really afraid because if you will shine, then their mission, they cannot do anymore their mission because this is actually the battle between negative and the positive. And how we are going to tackle down the negative, so we must lance harmonious war. And what is harmonious war? Love, peace, and harmony, but always mastering the energy through learning spiritual martial arts. So that's actually my reason. I said that every light worker must take their weapon. What is the weapon for the light workers in the entire planet? their weapon actually is spiritual martial arts. Nobody can overcome the negative energies without learning spiritual martial arts discipline. The spiritual martial arts discipline is really vital in overcoming the negative energies of the surroundings. And whenever the time you shine your light, whether you shine your light or unable to shine your light, the negative energies in the surroundings are there, lingering. The problem, if you cannot shine your light, okay, you are already the losers. When you can shine your light, okay, that's the time you cannot be a loser. You are victorious because you're shining up your light. The light that comes from the divine radiance of the Most High. So this is good. This is actually good. Okay, from Van Ho, Van. Okay, Heidi Van Ho. Good afternoon, Jim. Yes, Van. Good afternoon, and good afternoon, everybody. Also, Mujo, mayong hapon, Jim. Yes, mayong hapon, Mujo. I wish everybody is doing well and go deeper in your spiritual martial arts cultivation. So, just imagine if many people in the world are actually learning art of life, so they are able to suppress, capable to suppress the negative energies attacking them. So, people are really powerful. So, they are actually less advantage because many people can help each other overcoming the negative energies. So it's different when people have soul realization. So that's my point why I bring this this informations of art of life for everybody so that everybody would have weapons to overcome negative energies because negative energies by the driving force of the evil side, negative consciousness are really powerful and they are really clever, and without spiritual martial arts is something like difficult to tackle them, especially when we are driven by human negative ego. So that's why you said in yourself human negative ego. So every day you are cultivating your ego. So if every day you are someone is every day actually cultivating the ego side, so the ego will boast. So it must be, we should boast our guardian angel and our spiritual master and suppress the ego. In the beginning of the lesson of inner discovery, so we must understand that we have ego. The ego is, I'm talking about, ego could be positive and could be negative, depending upon the program of your mind. Set up your mind in the positive. So, how you are going to do it? So, be able to locate the precise location, the precise office of your guardian angel and your spiritual master, and then you can alter the negative formation of your destiny into positive vibration. So we'll be having good lucks in life. Okay, okay. From Theory Color, she's protecting me. Okay, nice to hear from you, Terry. And also from also now joining is si Brad Edwin utok sa Lebron chapter. Maayong hapon, GM. Yes, may hapon dia, Brad Edwin.
Mao ko no, protektahan daw siya ni Mario. Hindi yun.
Ay, okay. Yes, that's good. That's good. So that's why whenever the time, okay, this one thing. The negative energies, there are negative, really negative energies from the mind of the people practicing negative system of cultivation. In the case, negative energies. So that's why whenever the time there are those negative energies, you can use the most powerful foundation of your divine connection. First, if you have your guardian angel, anyway, just say it in this way: connect to the transmission, connect to the supreme superlight angel, supreme master of heaven, most high. Then if you have the book, okay, you can follow the guidance of the book, and you can give title to burn up all the negative energies trying to connect in my energy body, and be firm for the purpose. The purpose is to burn up all the negative energies trying to connect in my energy body. And whenever the time the negative energies are already connecting in your energy body and your physical body, automatically that negative energies shall be born right away. So it's automatic electromagnetic force that will burn off the negative energies connecting in your physical body. And of course, don't you worry if you feel so hot in your physical body, because that's the impact of the energy. So long as you are connecting your consciousness, energy, life to the foundation of Dugukan, the spiritual foundation, so don't you worry, because there's nothing bad that will happen to you when it comes to the impact of the negative energies, because the connection is really there. From the word supreme superlight, so it means to say it's supreme. It does not require you so many rituals to perform. You only have to perform the a formula that we are talking here. Receive, align, and adapt. And when you do your art of life 172, okay, do your art of life 172. Even in fact, up to the point that you know who is actually the sender of that negative energy, a witchcraft, or what, who, to where that come from. Okay, you'll just return it to the sender and give title to return this negative energy to the sender, or to burn up his or her inner negative energy, or to cripple her negative energy. They'll just put title of your energy. Put title, because I said when does mind become powerful? The time it is actually packed up with powerful energy from the strongest foundation in life. And anyway, there are so many ways people are actually using energies to topple down their enemies. And we are not into that practice. We are in the divine healing. So it must be also, we need to be able to counter negative energies, negative psychic attacks from the people who have evil intention and would like to harm us because they do not like us, or they'll just they'll just would like to give us harm because we're just a tripping only. So what we have to do is we have to counter. We have to protect ourselves from the harm of the negative psychic attack. So this actually included in the energy cultivation that we have. It is actually simple because it's actually automatic. Automatic, all you have to do is to connect. Then once you are already connected with the transmission, with the energy stations of the Most High that we are here dealing with, so it's actually automatic. And in fact, the command of the energy, you'll just give title. Thought follows energy. So set your mind. For example, okay, that's my reason why I do not require anybody to have many mantras, to have many divine words that they are going to memorize. In the New Testament, under the holistic art of Dugukan, just follow your system. What is your system? Your usual system to which your faith is actually relying your energy. Okay, that's it. Then you have to only to pack up that energy with much more powerful energy from the Supreme. So, on how you are going to do that? Yes, that's precisely from Heidi. Spiritual martial arts and divine energy healing is beautiful. Okay, you have to apply your spiritual martial arts. From the word spiritual martial arts, that will comprise stances. Stances or movements, the secret of life. And what are that movements? Okay, the movements are actually movements that do not require physical body to move. There's still movement. And movements that you can also move your physical body. So, what is the movement that you are going to perform in your spiritual martial arts? So, let's go back to receive, align, and adapt. If you know this secret, it does not need actually so many divine words, because usually the practitioners of mystical, they are always using divine words. We do not know the source of what's the source of the divine words that they are going to use. Okay, it doesn't matter if what's the system being used, divine words or thought follows energy also, and then they're driven by the elementals, negative elementals, or pure energy in the negative side. As I said that The driving force of the energy is consciousness. So it depends upon the cultivation of someone that would like to drive that force to harm the person. So we, our principle and our discipline also in the practice of the holistic art, we must only do healing. And the way we can heal is to counter and suppress that kind of energy. And we should not harm people. We should only suppress negative energy so that we can save life. And the way to do that is we use the the supreme superlight energy, which is actually healing the life and nature with divine love, heart, wisdom, and with that a most powerful energy that can suppress the negative energy. Even those 100 100 different names of divine names of powerful names that they are going to use to attack you, then that has no effect on your energy because, as I said, you are already connected with the most powerful energy from the Supreme or from the Most High. So that's why there are places actually, that's why that's my reason why this is a sort of sharing to encourage everybody that you should not be afraid of the negative energies coming from evils, witchcraft, because those are actually powerful. But compared to the energy where you have complete surrender to the Most High and you know the procedure, so you have 101% assurance that you are okay and you have the ability to suppress the negative energies. So this also my reason why everybody must have ascension oil. Take ascension oil every day because that will feed up your cells with powerful energy so that it will automatic. It will have automatic functions that the powerful ascension oil is feeding up your energies and insulating those weak part of energies in your physical body. And with that, it will make a very big difference. So that's why in our experience, we travel in a places in their country, and in fact, there are so how many times that I experienced, I perceive people there are really practicing negative psychic attacks. Then I'll just allow them to do their rituals and whatever plans that they had. I'll just observe them. Then later on, they collapse and jerk and collapse. Then I found out that their energies supposedly intended to harm us, then those energies return to them and they don't have the counter. In fact, they find difficult to save their lives. They find difficult to to control that energy where that energy really came from their command. That's because and we in our part we did nothing. We did nothing. So that's why even in this conference I am I'm actually visible by everybody here. And for the hundreds of people, for example, hundreds of people, not everybody has good intention. So it means to say, even right here, I'm facing anyone, and anybody that has negative intention to send negative energy, that can be done. That can be done easily by them. The only not easy is if that energy can penetrate and how that energy can penetrate here. So that's why reason why complete surrender to the most foundation or to the most powerful foundation, which is the most high, and the procedure. The procedure is really necessary because what is our aim? Our aim is to save life, to help the healing of life and nature. That's why we must only love people, even to our enemy. You must love your enemy because by loving your enemy, you can overcome your enemy on how you are going to overcome. So that's my reason, my why the place that we visited, for example, there are so many negative psychic attackers because in my really in my heart, I love them. I do not have any negative intention for them because what's inside because I want peace and harmony and would like to see them they are okay. Then later on because they attack us, so their energy returned to them and they are harmed by their energy, not by our energy. And some of them confessed to me, okay, and they asked, sorry, sorry, yeah, it's okay because I said we are in the love, peace, and harmony. Then what we did is okay, we did healing and and balance the energy and burn out that kind of negative energies where that kind of energies they were the one produced that kind of negative energies and they were saved because of the healing of the Supreme. So that's why I said Supreme. From the word Supreme, not anybody will agree to that Supreme. And in fact, many will angry of that. Because if there is Supreme, so what are the rest? Are they not Supreme? Okay, the Supreme is not us. Okay, this is the point. The Supreme is not us. Me talking about the Supreme is not me, is the Supreme. I am nothing. We are nothing when it comes to power. We don't have power except the ego side. The ego side is human negative ego. If I'm thinking actually by myself that I'm powerful, that is human negative ego. If I'm thinking actually that I'm only the right someone that knows everything or that knows higher, that's something like that's negative, human negative ego. And that's only my belief. Because who is power? There's no actually someone who's really powerful because the lesson of this holistic art is complete surrender to the most infinite. So if there is someone who is really powerful, the most high is the most powerful because he is the source. So that's why we are confident here. And don't you worry. It comes to this is actually really important because why are you afraid of bad spirit? Why are you afraid of negative energies? Why are you afraid of of bad lucks? That's because we think too much and we try to manage the things that we cannot really manage well except when we resort into the foundation of knowledge and wisdom. So that's my reason why complete surrender. Complete surrender. That's why I have so many cases that I had experienced people really practicing in the powerful cultivation that I shared to them how we are going to how we are going to use the energy that we have to help the healing of life and nature. Then they found out that yes, really, we must help the healing of life and nature because making our lives productive not for the sake of our ego but for the sake of our ascension of our lives from this dimension into higher dimension. So with that, people are really becoming productive in their cultivation and they can even much enhance their energy because they practice art of life 172 because actually learning art of life 172 is already there included everything in the package of cultivation. Everything is already included in the package. Why? Because you practice art of life 172, light and sound vibration. And light and sound vibration, that's of course you use words. Use words as your triggering point or to open up powerful energy. So that's why you use divine words. Then if you do not use divine words, okay, what is what else you can use? Okay, you use vibration, light and sound vibration. You use direct connection from your advanced divine connection. So that is actually knowing your guardian angel and your spiritual master. That's why spend also time you do your art of life 172 wherein you do not move your physical body. All you have to do is use your alter ego. Alter ego is not your ego. Ego is could be negative or could be positive. Alter ego is your other you. Okay, your other you. So what is your other you? Who is your other you? You yourself, yourself. Okay. So anyway, as you go forward in your inner discovery, you will realize that's why, for example, Anne, she's there in his resort. Then she's also there in her in her other office. Then people said, "Oh, Anne, you're here in the office? Then you're also there in your resort. How did you do that?" Then, that's just an example because You have your alter ego. And your alter ego is really actually at that time, unexpectedly, that happened. Y- Nakita sila nga, di ba? They became actually visible at that time. Anyway, that is like doing unconscious astral journey. So everybody is actually doing conscious travel. Con- uh, doing Everybody is actually doing astral travel, but unconsciously. So mostly important, we should do it consciously so that we could have management. We can command our consciousness what we are going to do during astral journey. So that's one of the ways how we are going to know ourselves, know thyself. So this time actually for inner discovery. And because of inner discovery is actually difficult to fulfill without divine guidance. So that's the reason why we have art of life. And from time to time, we have to follow divine guidance because doing inner discovery is something like difficult to achieve without precise guidance. So there is always a precise guidance. Okay, by the way, how are you? Kumusta man kamo dia? Tanan. Okay. Kay any concern? Kay mag-intermission sa ta. Okay, basahon sa nato ang mga mensahe ha. Okay. Mo relax sa tagamay. Here in the city, I don't like to go outside because so hot outside. So here, inside is okay because bog naman rin sa sulat. Parang karon summer karon is really hot. So, daghan mga mag-stroke. Basta init kayong panahon, mag-stroke ang mga tao. Parang ayaw kumpiyansa mo sa inyo kang mga kaugalingon ug labi na yung kainit. So, take good care of your body. So, alala mo susulod sa inyong balay. Okay, so it would be an honor to bring the art of life to the US. Yes, from Heidi. Yes, I am glad because Heidi, because you have the heart that you would like to bring the lessons of art of life there in USA. So we'll make chapter there. We'll make chapter. The chapter of the chapter of India is already initiated, was already initiated and formally spiritually launched. And the India chapter now is ongoing, open actually. Now we'll talk about that chapter. So if you can have time tonight, we'll have to talk. We are going to talk that chapter. So if you have time here tonight, what's 8 o'clock in the evening here? Let's just synchronize. Then we'll talk about creating a chapter there in US. Because I'm hoping, really hoping also to have activities right there so that because actually really advantage if we can share the arts in the many places of the world. This is an advocacy because this actually the divine mission that we are actually aiming because there are now more or less 8 billion people around the world and the holistic art is universal. So there's no side effects doing holistic art. Everybody is enjoying holistic art and everybody is really understanding about the benefits of holistic art. So if we have the chapter, okay, what are the activities in the chapters? Okay, holistic art, art of life, 172 for the senior citizens, for everybody, for the paralytic people, for the different people having different problems in their physical body, especially depression or and anxiety and all those negative energies. The art of life is really beneficial because you are really enhancing your energy inside. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, Ivan. We'll talk tonight 8 o'clock in the evening. 8 o'clock in the evening. I do not know what's time there. 8 o'clock in the evening. So we'll just talk tonight and we'll see how we are going to initiate chapter. Here we are already India is already active online chapter headed by by Marivic. So Marivic is the chairman, and you could be also the chairman there in USA about Art of Life 172. So and until the time we can have activities there. So if we will be having activities there, we will visit your place. Okay, so from Optic Iris, mi GM nako diri sa akong pasyente nagmission. Yes, Mayo Optic, so that's why really good to hear from you. Practitioners of holistic arts in mission, helping the healing of life and nature. How we are going to help the healing of life and nature? Okay, holistic art, energy cultivation. So as we go forward, we can really enhance the lessons of energy cultivation. Many people are actually doing energy cultivation. So this is also our contributions to every energy healer. We are going to share them lessons how they are going to protect themselves against energy contaminations, negative energy contaminations. Because in every practice of energy healing, mostly important before undergoing the actual practice is the shielding. We must have powerful shielding. Powerful shielding against negative psychic attacks, energy contaminations. Where if without powerful shielding, that's actually very dangerous. Every day you are absorbing the negative energies from the people that will come closer to you. So there are energies really negative that even will suck up your energy or 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 contaminate your energy, and it will result to blockages. Okay, from Heidi, I am so grateful. Jim, thank you so much. Yeah, we'll talk tonight, and tonight is your. It's I think it's daytime in your place in your country. Okay, wonderful from Heidi. Yes. Okay, and let's do. Uh, okay, from Maribik, 8 p.m. Philippine time, 7 a.m. Minnesota, USA. Yes. Yeah, okay, that's right. We'll talk at 7 o'clock morning, early morning, and 8 a.m. here in our country. Okay, from Emilio, 8 p.m. rather. Okay. Emilio Cabardo, mayong hapon GM, the lessons of the Dugukan has very big help to my spiritual and mental aspect, especially in terms of maturity growth. I am improving. Daghan salamat sa guidance din. Okay, you're welcome. Good to hear from you though. Mayong kalambuan sa imuhang kinabuhi. From Anthony Arnaiz, mayong hapon, Supreme Grand Master Dugukan. Okay. Okay, our Supreme Grand Master Dugukan. That refers to the Supreme Master of Wisdom, to the Most High. This is why this funny thing, because I know in a way this actually not funny thing now, because people are wondering why I become Grandmaster of Dugukan. I'm not considering myself as Grandmaster of Dugukan. Then I realize also, if I am not a Grandmaster of Dugukan, that I'm creating masters of Dugukan martial arts. That I originated also the Dugukan martial arts. Likewise, I also originated the Art of Life 172. Then if I'm creating masters and grandmasters for the art system of Dugukan, then anyway, just the title. That's just a title. So that's why I we are not bound for the title. It's just a title. And in fact, I am always realizing this time, we are always the servant of the Most High. Only in the actual art of propagation, we have to give the categories for each practitioner of Dukan. So that's why, whether I like it or not, the destiny of the lessons of art of life 172 is to spread over the entire planet. So I'm creating teachers that will become masters of art of life 172. So they will become teacher of art of life 172, initiated by the Supreme Master of Heaven through Lightship initiation. So that's okay, but we are not tied up with a name. Only I'm tied up now of a very important concern to create teachers of art of life 172. So the teachers of art of life 172, so they are masters of the lessons and how they are going to master the lessons. Okay, this one thing also, we'll put it in our formula to remember. This is actually useful. How we are going to master the lessons of inner cultivation, how we are going to master the connection. Okay, receive, align, and adapt. Activate your advanced divine connection because whatever amount of practice, by the way, if there is no complete surrender to the Most High, Supreme Superlight, power of the Most High, so we cannot master the lesson because to master the lesson, it needs authority, our divine connection from the Most High. So there is lightship initiation. So that's my reason why people are talking about what's lightship initiation. I'm already initiated many times, 10 times. Then I realize why 10 times? The the lesson that we're talking actually is Art of Life 172. So even 1 million times you are initiated in not in the Art of Life 172. So that is not the initiation that I'm referring. I'm referring actually the Art of Life 172. That's why people would like to say, I learned already Art of Life 172. Okay, there's another thing also because nobody learns yet the art of life 172 because every practitioner of art of life 172 actually I know them all because they learn the lessons of the movements of art of life 172. So regardless of our mastery, the time that we study art of life 172, we must have complete surrender to the most high. So that's why even myself I'm learning many martial arts, many divine words. In fact, when it comes to books of collections of books, I assign someone sa Lunas chapter, I assign someone to keep the sacred books of different mystical books. So people are actually gathering books, mga book libro nila, mga siguro na sila mga usa, duha, tulog book libro, upat. Then the titles of that books that I'm actually keeping and ask someone to take good care of that book. That actually more than 100 testaments, 100 testaments, books of mystical contents. But actually, I do not use that books anymore because that's not the book that actually pertains to Art of Life 172. So it means to say the time for that book is already there during that time. But now the book that I'm using is the book that now I'm going to write, the book of Dugukan, so Art of Life 172. So that's why my reason I said that Art of Life 172 is actually this newly released art. Then the title of the book is What's a Divine Revelation. So why is What's a Divine Revelation? Because you need to see yourself and what's going on. We need to see what's going on because if I would say, okay, read the book and you do not watch the activities, what's going on, so still we are blind. We are blind of what's going on. So this is sort of eye opener for everybody that whenever the time we want to go deeper, we must do something in our part, and that is action. Action to what's a divine revelation. So the book of the book are actually comprising of 19 volumes. 19 volumes and it's not written yet. I only have done the first book and then the second book. And then the third book is coming up. It actually all the contents of the book is right there in my brain because I know the lessons that I'm going to write. And that's why I said to everybody here that especially to people practicing Dugukan, if I do not practice my lessons of Dugukan, don't follow me because it's already there in my cell and I need not to practice every lessons because I can recall the lessons because I have already forgotten all the lessons. So that's why this one thing, add this formula in your life when you want to become proficient in the lessons of your inner cultivation when it comes to advanced divine connection. Complete surrender to the Most High. So the way to get your mastery is you have to remember, memorize, and forget. So during the time that I'm in the level of my learnings of the lessons, I always memorize and memorize and memorize and memorize until the time that I forget everything. So I reach already the point that I forget every lesson of the spiritual things that I have done. So it means to say I already have forgotten my lessons. All the lessons of the inner cultivation I already have forgotten. So it means to say this is now the time that I had my mastery of my lessons of Dugukan. So that's why I told especially for apprentice that the practitioner that really practice because they would like to fulfill their mission. Okay, this is the training that we are going to do. Then if I do not do my training, okay, just don't do it because I already have my lessons of in the mind, so it's already there in my shell. So whenever the time, whether I practice it or not, I know that I can do it because I already forgot my lessons. So when it comes to mastery level, forget that you learn, but do not forget that you learn if aren't you yet learned the lesson. If we aren't yet memorize everything, if we aren't yet memorize everything by the numbers of the repetitions of the lessons you do, your actions, it means to say we are in the process of learning and attaining our skills. And once the skills will turn into a gift, because learning mastery is not actually a skill, it is beyond skill. It is a gift from the Most High. So when we will be having our oneness with the Most High when it comes to soul realization, so that's the time that the mastery is already there. So that's why when it comes of energy cultivation, by the way, we cannot illustrate power because I saw someone in the practice of Dugukan. That's why I saw someone that he performed magic. And he performed magic, then I told him, in fact, I think si Igmatramon man siguro to. He became a magician. And I told him, okay, refrain doing that because people will not believe you because they might be thinking we are magician. So because there are real formulas for magics, then we are not practicing magic. And anyway, I do not prohibit anybody to practice magic because if that is what can make them happy. Only when the in the propagation of the Dugukan, it's not magic because we resort into the foundations of knowledge and wisdom. So that's why because by this time everything we can see there is a reason we can see there is the reason because by knowledge and wisdom, that's why people can do it because they have knowledge, they have wisdom. So, what we are talking here, we're talking of substantive lessons, which not really magic. There is no trick. There is no trick. It's actual because we are talking here soul realization. The soul realization is different. We know that this is true because there is no trick in it. So this is the reason why I'm really encouraging everybody to educate themselves, to educate the mind when it comes to the true lessons of complete surrender to the Most High. And the purpose is healing of life and nature. Why we are going to heal life? Because that is our precise mission. If we do something negative, there is a corresponding fruit out of the negative things that we have done. So if we do something good, okay, the fruits also of the goodness we have done to other people, to the nature, it will also bear good fruit. That's it. Okay, so from Heidi, your light just shined so bright to me. My phone started blinking. Okay. Likewise, because likewise your light, Heidi, every one of us now is really shining. Why we are shining? Because we are carrying the divine radiance of the Most High to be shared with all the people, not only in our friends, brothers, and sisters, in our community, again, for the entire planet. So for the entire planet. Okay, from Joy Beth Cabos. Good afternoon, GM. Yes, good afternoon. Okay, and from Liging Tuntun. That's very true, GM. It is not that easy to be in field of missionary works doing healing mission where we always engage with different patients where surely some illness are caused by negative psychic attacks. There are many people who really are practicing on cultivation to harm other lives. Their way of seeking their way of seeking justice, yes. Anyway, in fairness to the practitioners of negative psychic attacks, it's okay if we can if you kill evil people, for example, the rapist, the most corrupt people of the planet, or the bad people, and do not kill lives. Just only just only eye opener that you have that kind of ability. But do not harm the people of light. Why you do not harm the people of light? Because the world needs light. If all the people of light actually, if the people of light will die, then who could be the light of the rest brothers and sisters in the planet? So that's why we must be united in the giant wave of positive vibration to enlighten the rest brothers and sisters. So that's why anywhere, whenever the time I meet someone in the different field of practice, actually there are so many practitioners, different groups, not only here in the country, outside the country. I noticed there are so many versions. In fact, I because we have center here in the country, center for Ilot, then people from the different parts of the world coming from different nations whenever the time they reach Cebu. So we are located at the heart of the city of Cebu. So the center, okay, the center visited by different people outside the country. Then they realize that they're really practitioners. Then we meet and we shared informations, and I discovered that there are so really different systems around the world. Like Indonesia, for example, Indonesia, there are many practitioners in Indonesia. They're practicing energy, like Kalimasada. They're practicing energy, and there are friends. In fact, there is one practitioner. There are practitioners also in Dugukan from Kalimasada. They're practicing energy, and that's energy. That's also healing, energy healing, and martial arts. And there are so many groups, by the way, there are so many groups. That's why I'm not against with any group. In fact, I'm encouraging every practitioner of inner cultivation. When I'm talking about energy cultivation, every practitioner in the spiritualism, not spiritista. Spiritualism is because spiritualism is different. Spiritualism is actually broad in meaning because it means to say enlightenment. We have spiritual foundation. Not anyone actually has a spiritual foundation. Everybody has a spiritual foundation. So only people do not understand the practice of spiritualism. Because in fact, every belief actually, the time when we resort into thinking that there is supreme infinite, that's spiritualism. The time you think that you have your soul, you have your spirit, that's spiritualism. So be firm on your realization that we need spiritual foundation, stronger spiritual foundation. So that's why I'm encouraging everybody in the practice of energy healing, in which modality you are applying in your way of light service, herbs or herbal, mystical, magnetic healing, spiritual healing, psychic surgery healing, so long as you are doing the light service, the light service by heart, not by deceiving the people, because deceiving the people, that is something like negative. When you do something like you do service to light, it must be helping the people, uplifting the lives of the people, their spiritual side, emotional side, mental side. So uplifting the lives of the people, so guiding the people in the right path. So that's why continue your spiritual practice and do not be toppled down by the negative trials in the surroundings. Why you're making that reason that you cannot fulfill your divine mission. It's normal that people having experienced the different difficulties in time, but when you make that reason that you cannot fulfill your divine mission, so you lose the game of faith. Be productive and be victorious. How you are going to make your life victorious? It's only by resorting into the most powerful foundation of life. This is spiritual foundation, and be firm by yourself that that is really the choice of your life. You are going to fulfill your divine mission in life. So, if you are born to be a healer, okay, do it. Be a healer and be proud that you are a healer because that is actually a very special gift and that's actually a very noble profession. That's a noble profession. So that's why people would ask me, "What's your job?" Or people that do not know me, they ask me, "What's your job?" Especially when I'm new in the place. What's your job? And I told them that I am an albulario. What's albulario? Folk healer. Okay. Then people will laugh. Then realize that really I am a folk healer albulario only in the scientific way because I studied the education of energy healing and likewise studied the natural healing and invented also some parts of the energy healing and make it systematic and from from the source of the supreme master of wisdom from the most high. So they realize that I can do really something to uplift them and they are inspired because as I said this what we need by this time people needs support. We are not alone. That's why if you weren't there, if you aren't actually there, I'm really alone because I cannot talk here before your before everybody's eyes here. So I am alone because I think I don't have a job anymore. So that's why people said, wala na tayong, we already mastered the lessons. We have already have mastered, we have already finished the job. So okay, this one thing just like for example there people in the site and there are projects that we are going to do and they are really doing fast and I think just put it in this way if we finish the job now then I don't have mission anymore so it means to say my life is alone. So that's my reason why every day is new and a wonder. Likewise, you yourself right there. If you have done the job, so you don't have the mission. So there's no more exciting events in your life because you have done already the job. So consider every day is the beginning of your life, regardless of how old we are by this time. Because this actually aging is just really an illusion. Why it's really an illusion? Because do conscious astral journey. Then try to visit your book of life in the past, and you will realize that you were there before and repeated and repeated and repeated many times your reincarnations in the planet. So that's why everyone is actually a reincarnated soul. But it's actually a big argument. A big argument if we just say it here because there are so many people who do not actually believe in the concept of reincarnation. Actually, if you ask me, I do believe in reincarnation. I don't have any more belief, actually, precisely. I don't have any more belief because, in fact, this actually not any longer a theory for me because I'm a traveler. When I'm saying I'm traveler, I can do conscious astral journey and try to visit the past life. So I realized that really, really, every one of us, it's just my belief that I'm alone can do it. If I would say that I have my belief. Now, I don't have belief because That's based on your actual performance. When you don't have belief, you cannot say that I believe this is a glass of water. You see that that's a glass of water. So it means to say every one of us has its own uniqueness. So that's why you are unique. You are unique. 101%. Every one of us here is unique. We only need to enlighten our mind, our hearts to go deeper, mystical side, to go deeper in our discovery in the mystical side of our lives. At first, it's really mystical. Then later on, you will realize that it's actually normal. The time that you go to sleep, your physical body is relaxing in your bed, then you are there traveling in the astral. Only there is veiling between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The reason why you cannot remember what's your activities right there in the astral journey. Moment you can set aside the feeling, the screen covering between your subconscious mind and conscious mind, and you realize that you're enjoying your journey in the astral realm, in the multidimensional level of creation, and you're really inspired if you have that kind of experience because you can see that you really is forever. You really is forever. Then only by reason that because of blinding ignorance, human illusions, we are being trapped in the mortal physical existence like this. Because this is also necessary for us to realize the lessons in life. That the reason why actually we are reincarnating here and reincarnating to accomplish a very important or a very vital mission in life. Okay, what's that lesson? Okay, we are coming into that conclusion later on as we go forward because this is the point why we have inner discovery. So this is why we are going to talk about more and more and more about holistic art because the secret actually for eternal life salvation is to solve the problem of dying and birthing. Is to solve the problem of dying and birthing. In what way? How we are going to solve the problem of dying and birthing? Everybody is very sad. Everybody is very sad moment there someone died. Why people are so sad when someone loved ones die? Because we do not know after the death of the physical body. We do not know the soul, where the soul goes. Okay, that's why we are very, very sad of that. And then here comes the point that you know where you go. And even if you know where you go, that's also the time that you know when you come back. So that's it. So this is a lesson in life that everybody must able to describe, able to discover in your life, in our lives, so that we can really realize that we are really blissful in life and we are not only for just this lifetime we are existing in this planet, but we are forever until such the point in time that we can ascend our lives from this dimension into higher dimension. That's why there are higher beings. Why they are higher beings? Because they are actually the admins, the administrators of the minor creations. And there are also the negative sides. So that's why we should be able to overcome the different illusions of our minds and emotions, negative emotions, and we should be able to tackle down the trials in our lives until we can really succeed in our ascension from this planet into higher dimension. We must not be trapped with the negative side. Okay, so let's read first an intermission. Okay, from Marlon Jr. Okay, hello GM, good afternoon. Watching you here in Karaatan main site. I am now practicing inner cultivation. Thank you for the lessons, GM. Okay, sige, maayo daw. Then from Isagani, Batan Isagani, GM, nagdamgo ko og Supreme Supply and just nga ni Agi while naghealing si Haligi Roslyn Hearns niya. Gihilingan ni Haligi
Hihingin manlan.
Gihinganlan ni Haligi but pagmata nako nakalimot na ko siya name. Okay, so that's why if you have your astral exercises, because anyway, conscious astral journey is already part of spiritual study. So I'll just call it conscious astral journey, because when you are conscious, so you can do your spiritual study. So that's why it's actually already spiritual study doing conscious astral journey. So every time you go to sleep, you'll have, before you go to sleep, you have your ball pen and notebook, so that whenever the time you can have your experience. For example, there is release of divine names, so jot it down when you wake up. Then when you jot it down later, so the tendency is you will forget important release. Okay, okay do, try mahabasig mahinumduman ra ani mo do.
Nasa subconscious mind.
Okay, so from night Tirizo, Gamutan, Bayong Hapon, GM, watching you. Yes, nice. Okay, ato sang basahon ang mga message. Kinahanglan gyud sakto o bala pack up with strong shielding. Thank you for everything for our lessons, GMPS wants you. Okay, yes, that's right. So there are instances also we meet healers also. We meet healers. Just like yesterday I mentioned someone practitioner of energy healing cultivation. That guy was funny sometimes, because before he said that he he is not able to read. He cannot also write. Then that's why, because I released divine words. Then I told everyone to jot it down. So and he said, "JM, I don't know how to write. Okay, can you read?" So I cannot read also. Then I just only said to him, "Okay, don't jot it down. Just memorize." Then actually he memorized only very few. I think he can only memorize the 36,000 mystery and not many divine words. Then the time that there, because mga practitioner sa ilahang palibot, na mga practitioner o mga nga na ba, mga spiritual nga practice. O niya, nasakitan sa tiyan ang katong iyahang silingan. Ning itambalan dito sa mga mananambal, wala man gyud maayo sa mo. Maayo sa mo sakit sa tiyan. Ano nga siya mo tambal. Ano nga pag-ana niya siyang kamot when he directed his energy through the through the to the stomach of the someone suffering stomach pain. So ang pasyente na kuan na electrocuted ni ana ni kurog the jerk just because of the energy. Then he visited me here yesterday. Then because that was the first time he experienced that kind of case. So I told him that what was actually energy, electrocution of the energy, magnetic force, strong magnetic force that came out from your physical body through your arm to burn up the negative energies, causing the stomach pain of the person victim of negative psychic attack, victim actually of poison. The poison that caused from energetically operated poison. So naayo, the patient was healed right away after that he was electrocuted. Wala nga dako po kay bulong siya yan katong mga mananambal nga dagdaghang kayong mga gi-practice kay wala man nila nahimo ato niya kay nahimo niya just because I said it is procedure, the latest procedure, because the latest procedure is really powerful, because there is complete surrender to the most infinite, complete surrender to the most infinite. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. We don't have the power. I don't have the power, even though I am the one who offers the release of the lessons of Dugukan. I don't have power. In fact, we are actually really nothing when it comes to power, because the Most High has the power. So if the Most High will give us authority, if it is allowed, okay, that will be done. If it is not allowed, okay, who we are that can do things beyond our human capacity. So this is why this is a sort of explanation to everybody in the practice of energy healing. I always encourage them, okay, People would say you're doing business in your energy healing. Okay, I have two answers for that: yes and no. Okay, for the profession that I have, okay, I have my profession of alternative healing, alternative healing, and alternative medicine, naturopathic, and naturopathic system. So that is actually a profession. So it does not require, it does not require belief, because that is cultivated skills. Okay, what are cultivated skills? Cultivated skills, just like in the case of profession. So you studied it because it's actually scientific. Okay, that is your profession, so you can ask your talent fee for the profession. For example, you graduate in the Dugukan Hilot system. So it means to say you are a specialist of Hilot. So when you are a specialist of Hilot, so you graduated your Hilot in a school of Hilot. And we are a recognized Hilot in the country. So that's why if you are a graduate of Hilot, so really graduated you Hilot siya, and we can give you in situ national competency. And in fact, the Hilot that we are now promoting is not only national competency, it's actually international competency, because it's member of the Royal Institute of Singapore, recognized by more than 300 institutions worldwide. So it's not really a hilot which is actually kolorong. It's real hilot. Then when you learn energy healing, so this is one thing that we cannot do business. Why? Because it's dedicated to the service of life and nature. In fact, we are spending if what we can afford to for the propagation of the light service that we are doing. And that is light service. So that's why we're spending energy, money, time for the propagation. And it's good that we also have our profession. It's, in fact, this is my concern now, because we have profession. Hilot is actually, in fact, in Japan, Hilot is very famous. And we have one student before, and from Japan, she spent big money just to learn Hilot in the country. So here is one thing also. Now we are going to create also a system for our profession. So the chapter should be also, we have professional exercises, professional activities to help the healing of the people. Then we cannot also neglect the profession, and we have also charitable activities helping the people divine healing, and helping the people divine healing. We cannot make business of helping the people. We can only encourage the people. Then we have also business. The business is different because that is profession. The profession, for example, because doing light service, we cannot do light service much without logistic. So for example, the chapter, we cannot make our chapter, for example, we cannot make a chapter, for example, the chapter is no income generation. Of course, in the beginning, the chapter is no income generation because it's not a business center. Then, for example, see here in the center, in the city of Cebu, we are renting a building in Cebu City. So renting the building, then having the business activities every day, where the people don't have job, then they are having the job right now because they learn the holistic art. So that's why we are going also to help the people who's having problem, actually is don't have the job because they cannot find a job. And we can train also leaders, because once they become proficient, they will become leaders. So that's my inspiration for everybody, that we should master the lessons for Hilot, because until the time that we can share it to the people and make the people also teachers of Hilot healing. And that's part of life, art of life 172, because actually art of survival. We cannot really make the propagation without the art of survival. So we must balance everything. So quasi, we must balance everything. We are going to create leaders. Actually, that's the reason why, if you look at the directory of the Dugukan, so that's why everybody, I am inviting you to look at the website of Dugukan, www.innerfordugukan.com. Then you will see there all the members of Dugukan. Then you can count how many members of Dugukan. So people are actually thinking that I'm organizing a group of people, many people. Well, in fact, that's not my concern because I am not really particular of how many numbers of practitioners of Dukan, because all the rest should be actually they are the people recipient for the light service of Dukan, and does not really need to be one of the groups of Dukan as member of the group, because I I suggest that every member of the group is really functional member. What is functional member? They practice the healing of life. So either they are martial artists, they are healed artists, they are art of life 172 artists, martial artists. So it means to say, if you are practitioner of the Wukan, you are member of the Wukan, and you are in the directory of the Wukan, you are really practicing the art of the Wukan, and you are inclined to fulfill your divine mission. So that's why if you look at the Dugukan directory there, who are the members of Dugukan, it's just only the belief of the people that Dugukan now is really many practitioners. There, no, it's not really practitioners of the members of Dugukan, because we have to take good care of the art of Dugukan, and only for the deserving ones. You look at the book one of Dugukan, that the lessons of Dugukan, the lessons of the art of life 172 must be given only to the deserving people. This, and who are the deserving people? The people that can take good care of the lessons of holistic art of life 172, healing. So that's why, what is the screening procedure to become a verified member of the group? Of course, they must undergo the schooling for the lessons. So that's why it's not for particular. I'm particular with the many numbers of practitioners of the Bukan. In fact, I have so many friends that asking me papers so that they can also propagate. They can organize people. Then I do not give them papers to organize, authority to organize, because as I said, the lessons of the Wukan is really sacred. When it comes to sacred lessons, so we must take good care of the sacred lessons of the Wukan. And who are the people that will comprise the, the leaders for the Wukan propagation? They are the light workers. So the light workers, actually, I'm looking for the light workers. I'm not looking for followers, because I do not like really followers, because what shall I do with the followers? Then followers who do not actually do nothing in their spiritual side. So when I am really a teacher of Art of Life 172, for example, okay, considering myself, because I originated the Art of Life 172, and creating teachers of Art of Life. And now there are so many teachers of Art of Life that there you can see the directory of Dugukan. So there are teachers of Art of Life 172, and they are expanding by the numbers by this time, but not for more than 100 practitioners, or actually Art of Life 172 teachers. So just imagine 100, less than 100 practitioners, Art of Life 172 teachers of Art of Life 172. So where are the rest? Where are the rest? So they are not yet coming, because it's not really organizing, that I'm really considering the numbers of the practitioners that will join. I'm looking for the people who are just really by heart and by connection. They are the ones, the true people for the true propagation of Durukan. And there are so many practitioners in spiritualism that I meet anywhere in the part of the country. Then they're doing their part also in their mission. The only reason this actually Art of Life 172 is, it must be passed to someone that can really take good care of the lessons of Art of Life 172. Then who are these guys? They're actually the star seeds people, the rays of the sun. So what are the rays of the sun? The rays of the sun in the sun core. So that's why our formula is sun core grid. And people don't understand what sun core grid. Sun core grid is comprising of the stars. And who are the stars? Actually, the stars that I'm talking about, I'm looking for the stars from heavens to fall down. The stars of heaven to ascend from the ground to higher dimension, because they are the stars, star seeds actually. They are scattering in the different parts of the world, and I'm waiting for them so that they will take their part also in the lessons, because they will come to unite in the Sun Core Sun. Sun Core Sun, uniting their lives in the divine radiance of the Sun Core, because Sun Core is actually the grid of life service, not only in this planet but for the entire universe. So that's why the lessons is Art of Life 172 and Celebration of the Life and just so it's an art and science. So it's not actually difficult to find them, because I do not find them actually, because they'll just really come. And when they come, their soul already know what they are going to do. It's just like the dawning of the day. This is actually dawning of the day. Dawning of the day, the sun will rise, and then the divine radiance of the sun will be seen, will be witnessed by the people in the entire planet, because they are shining. They are stars, and the oneness of all the stars, it will become a sun, supreme universal name of the Most High. So the lessons actually is not. This is not really the beginning of the lesson. This is just an introduction of the lesson. So all the testaments that have been released in the past, actually those are the introductions for the final lesson. Because why that that's actually the introduction, because the bigger part is not the past, not even today. This is the preamble. What is the preamble? This is the preamble so that the sun will activate, and then after the activation of the sun, then it will shine up the light for the entire universe. Okay, and who are the stars that I'm actually referring to? So they are actually the stars of the sun core. Sun core star, sun core, inner core. So that's why the name of Dugukan is inner core Dugukan. That is actually the sun core. And people do not understand what's the meaning of the sun core, or grid of the sun, or central sun. Is actually a formula, the secret formula that can activate the advanced divine connections, not only in these dimensions, but for the entire connections of the advanced divine connections, from the multidimensional level of connection in existence until the beyond multidimensional level of existence. So it's not any longer a story of divine words. It's not any longer a story of mysteries. It's a story of oneness soul realization. By the way, actually, these are actually basic information. So this actually not advanced information, because when we talk about advanced information, so it's right there in the actual activities of the light working activities in the planet. So how are the light workers in the planet can survive their propagation if we don't have divine support? If we rely on money, for example, because people are believing that they will become successful in their light working activities when they have money, I can assure you that you are not going to succeed if you rely on money, because money is not the actually the breaking point, is not really the key to succeed the light mission propagation of the entire planet. You just look at the what happened today. You just imagine, we cannot even go outside. We cannot even travel from this city to another city, to another barangay, just because there is ECQ, there is lockdown. What if bigger events will happen? Bigger than what is actually trials now the planet is experiencing, the humanity is experiencing. So it means to say, not money can make us survive, not money can make us succeed the true purpose of our lives here in the planet. So there must be something that we should discover. And that's why this is now the lessons that we are going to share. The holistic art. Why holistic art? Because if I die today, for example, if we don't have physical body, okay, how can we do light working activities in the mortal physical world? We don't have physical body, because our physical body is actually lost. So we should take good care of our physical body and make our physical body capable to survive viruses, capable to survive hunger, capable to survive nuclear war, and how we are going to survive if there is nuclear war. Okay, that's something that we cannot understand the precise answer if we will not, if we do not do our spiritual responsibility, knowing of the mystery of the Most High, how we are going to escape the problems of trials, for example, in the world, bigger trials of life in the planet, bigger trials of the planet, because in fact, the trials, the current trials, coronavirus, really, people are really terrified by the coronaviruses. They're really afraid of the coronavirus, really afraid to die. Then, as I said, if people have inner cultivation, we have inner cultivation, not a single one practitioner of energy cultivation in this oneness infected with the virus. Why? Because the energy is powerful and the powerful immune system, so it can suppress the negative energies, the viruses that will try to infect with our cell. You can really suppress that negative energy, and not only you are going to, you're not only that you are not vulnerable, you are also capable to heal. You are also capable to heal the infected person. So you see the advantage. That's it. But you'll just reserve your potential, just reserve your talents in the energy healing, because this is, as I said, this is actually the preamble. If it is the preamble, this is actually the beginning. So the bigger event is actually, is still coming up. So that's why we must be able to wake up as earlier as now in our deeper purpose of our spiritual foundation. So we cannot be left behind our opportunity. Okay, so kumusta man kamo diha tanan? Tanawa kuno na mga pangutana diha sa screen. How are you, everybody? By the way, to all the practitioners of Dugukan, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and to all the friends, brothers, and sisters outside the country. So, a sort of reminder also before we close our conference today, I would like everybody, I'm inviting you to subscribe our YouTube channel, because there shall be time that I'll use my, let's use our YouTube channel for our conference, so that with our YouTube channels, doon na mga tao doon, we will subscribe sa our YouTube channels, doon tayo mag-conference. Okay? From Aurora Elizabeth, wow, I salute you on what you are doing on teaching, healing, and giving healing without fee. That's big light service. Yeah, yes. The healing that we are going to share to the people, we are going to help people in their spiritual way, teaching them how to become an energy healer. So we are going to teach them how they become energy healer, because actually this one thing, the mother of learning is teaching. So if we are this one thing, I'm really sad, because I really share lessons teaching the people how they will become an energy healer, how will they become, actually how they become divine or an energy healer, or a healers in the energy side. Okay, not the orthodox, because we are looking for people, that the people who are really in the spiritual side. So, but one thing, I'm sad, because if they don't really learn the lessons that we share, because they are not going to teach that lessons. So that's why, for example, about hilot, this really practical lesson of hilot. So if you are going to make a book for hilot, then you are going to research the different hilots in the country. This one thing, you will discover that there are so many good system actually of hilot that has actually had been lost. That's because the proponent of the hilot said during their time, okay, teach the hilot, teach the hilot. Then they weren't really teach the hilot because they believe that the hilot that they learned at that time cannot be passed through their generations. Dili sila nagtuo, dili nila itudlo kay moingon lang sila nga dagan pagkakaunon nga bugas alisod kay ining katunon. So the lessons has priceless lessons at last. So that's my reason why today I'm going to write a book pertaining to the lessons of Dugukan so that it will be passed on to generation and generations because those are actually very useful. And practitioners of Dugukan, we are students of wisdom. We are not students of knowledge alone. If we are students of knowledge alone, there's one thing worse that will happen to every practitioner. When you cannot grow up and you're still the lifetime you are a student, then you will not become someone become productive in the art. So that's why if you learn the art of life 172, my happiness within, if I can see you that you become teacher of art of life and you grow up the network of your light service because you have products that learn also the lessons of your art that you are teaching to the people. Then if you cannot grow up, that's because you did not realize the purpose of your learning. So that's why this happened to many practitioners. That's why I deleted all the practitioners of Dukan in the directory because I found out that they are not really yet in that level to discern the purpose of sharing the lessons of art of life 172 because they do not teach the lesson. So it's useless of for my time actually. My time is really not so much when it comes to sharing the lessons because I'm going to write the book and so many things that I am going to do when it comes to many things in different fields, say spiritual endeavors and many other reasons. So, what about teaching lessons for people to become teachers of art of life 172? Okay, teach lessons of art of life 172. Mother of learning is teaching. Why you are going to teach so that you can produce people of like you who are actually shining the divine radiance of the Most High. Then, if we are going to cripple the people by not teaching them the lessons which are actually beneficial. So we are really crippled in the propagation of light service and things that I don't like because I would like that somebody or everybody in the practice of art of life 172. Once you learn the arts of life 172, mother of learning is teaching. So this art of life 172. This martial arts. In fact, I told you the story of Dugukan. I tried to study Dugukan. I tried to, no, rather, I tried to study martial arts just for me to join tournament, Eskrima. Then I told the instructor that, can you please teach me Eskrima? Teach me Arnes. Then I already have my Arnes, but just very few strokings. Then I hired him for 2 days, 2 hours. Then he kept rebuking me. Then I was not able to survive his rebuke because he's just keep rebuking and rebuking and rebuking. Then I told him that I learned Iskrima. I'm also Iskrimador. Then I would like to learn your Iskrima so that I'll join the tournament. And because they are orthodox, so they can let someone to join the tournament. Because my aim at the time to join tournament. Then I decided not because he keep rebuking me. Then I told him, okay, let's just try this the system that I had, so that you will realize that I had also my system. Then what I want is I want the flow. I want the flow so that because I can actually learn fast when I get the flow. The flow is not in the commercial base because usually in teaching Eskrima, so we have formula to teach the Eskrima so that you can get this in that particular set scheduled time. So let's say you learn this in 3 months. Okay, let's do it in 3 months. Then my point is just only to get for the tournament to join the tournament. Okay, then I try to get that access at that guy master of Eskrima. So then later on I discovered that actually he's not really teaching me in the real lesson. So I told him, okay, let's just have sharing in the second day of our training. So in short, I was not really learning the lessons through him because it's different to learn when the other one is not really in the heart to teach, and me is my purpose also is not to really learn because I would like only to join the tournament because Eskrima is really a profession, so that has talent fee. Then I decided that okay, let's have just try to try our techniques. And later on, he discovered that I really know Eskrima. Then okay, I decided also that okay, we're just wasting our time if we study Agnes in the school or in a school. Okay, because the purpose is to begin the propagation of Dugukan, and we'll begin propagating the Dugukan lesson to introduce the name of Dugukan in the world of martial arts. So what I did, so I decided to teach Eskrima. So I took someone to whom I know that was Haliging Nard. But before I took Haliging Nard, I was there visiting already the different systems of different discipline of Eskrima and experience their Eskrima or earnest in the field of sparring because to try the lessons so that you can introduce and you will get known. Okay, you have to spar. Then the reason of sparring is to have a friendly sparring. Friendly sparring where the ruling is knocked down on only knockdown and surrender. So if you are knocked down, okay, you lose, and if you surrender, you lose. Then I found out that I really knew martial arts because it's already in my mind what I'm going to do. So later on, because of the support of the divine guidance, so that's why I narrated the history of Tulukan, not involving many people. It started only between me and my friend in the spiritual side. And later on, I decided to create practitioners, masters, and teachers of martial arts in the Dugukan martial arts system. So the Dugukan martial arts system is a new history of martial arts. And the Art of Life 172 is another new history of inner cultivation, but extracted not from the new lesson, but extracted from the very, very even before the beginning of time, because it's actually Art of Life 172, the modality of the Sanctor. Even before the cosmos is present, actually, the name Dubukan is really foundation. It's actually a Cebuano term for foundation, Dubukan. Dubukan is, the meaning is Cebuano dialect for foundation. So it means to say foundation. If my belief is the most high, so that refers to Wukan. If the most high, if I will call the most high in a Cebuano term, so I call it Dugukan because Dugukan refers to the foundation. So that's why I said Dugukan is Sankur. Sankur. And it's not actually I'm the master of Dugukan because I am just a servant of the most high. So, servant of the Most High, it means to say, I'm just an agent from the Most High to bring the lessons so that people will learn. And I'm also the initiator. So, what is initiator? I will initiate someone to become teacher of Art of Life 172 so that he can be able to teach lessons of Art of Life 172 with authority from the heavens. So that's why this is the actually the history of Dugukan. So because people are wondering where is Dugukan came from, then who are the lineage of Dugukan? Dugukan, these new lessons of Dugukan. So that's why we cannot copy any other lessons because we have to write the book so that people there will understand what is holistic art. Holistic art is whole. We cannot delete this one because this is not the right one. We cannot delete this one because this is not the right one. Because as I said, if it is whole, so it is complete. Only the lessons there is basic, there's advanced, and the advanced really advanced. So it's just like every lessons in the planet now, every truth that we learn now in the entire planet. Okay, this is the truth. Is you can consider this as the vast ocean. When you go to the sea, it's different level. the sea level, okay, when you walk there in the sea, so up to the knee, the water is up to the knee. When you go farther, so after the hip. When you go farther up to the torso, and if you go farther up to the head. So that is what is the meaning of the lessons, continuations, and then the latest update to release from the spiritual dimension. So that's why we cannot copy and copy and copy. We only need to learn what's real and do it with the action, and do it with the action and see the result. The result, if we are productive, so we can have the results of our productions. People are enlightened. Then if we just keep talking and sitting here and we do nothing, so we don't have production. And of course, we must always respect the freedom aspect of the will. Freedom aspect of the will, okay. For example, we in the Dugukan, I'm always encouraging people, okay, because there are big practitioners of Dugukan, GM, I would like you, would you allow that I will join the group there? Yes, join, because the more groups that you have, the more connection. And I'm not really particular with religion or any spiritual group, because the holistic art is no discrimination. It's actually for everybody. So that's why we can share the lessons to anyone that can take good care of the lessons of art of life 172. That's why we have the book. Okay, release the book. Okay, anybody can read the book. Just download the book if you would like to learn the literature of the Dugukan. Then there are lessons, free lessons there in the Dugukan. Just go to the website. The website is www.innercoredugukan.com. Then you can download the book. Download the book so you can have the literature of the Dugukan. So, in fact, I would like to discuss some parts of the contents of the book right here. But always we are running out of time because we only, before we have 2 hours. Then I'll add another an hour, so 3 hours. But then think 3 hours still not enough. Okay, so let's first read. I am fascinated with your genuine words. It has vibration of truth within. Yes. Anyway, here I'm really glad because in this way we are reaching the informations and making these informations to reach to the dark star seeds people. The star seeds people actually they are coming from the different star alliances. There's another one thing also because when I'm talking about stars, this I have had actually remembered because I'm talking about different stars. Then the stars that I'm talking actually is actually a really formula of the sun core. Only thing people do not understand about the stars alliances. And what are the star alliances? Star alliances because they are called star alliances because they are really stars. Then there are governor stars, Olympic stars. What are those Olympic stars, governor stars? Are there Olympic stars or governor stars? They are actually they are because they are players of the bigger events of the cosmos, the bigger events of every planet, and they are really spiritual mga higher beings na sila nga mga stars. And I'm talking about them because the formation of the light working activities shall be represented by the stars, and that's why I call them here. Your star seeds, everyone here is star seed people. So if we are star seed people, okay, we are going to shine our light so that we will become the sons of the world. Okay, what are the sons of the world? Okay, star seeds people. So shine up your light. We are going to shine up our light. Then that's the only way that we can do because we cannot help the problems of the world. How we are going to help the problems of the world? Whenever the time you invoke your truth and to help the problems of the world, so you can even create much bigger problem of the world. So we can only help the people by shining up our lives because bigger powers have authority to change the world. And small powers have no authority to change the world. So we are small powers. So we didn't have the authority to change the world. we can only rely to the divine intervention, divine intervention. So that's why I would say that we must have complete surrender to the Most High, because our mission is very simple. We must go in peace and harmony, shine up our lights so that we are the lights of the world. We are the stars shining brightly, dancing with the cosmos, dancing with the blissfulness of the universe, and we don't have much problem. And we cannot cause the problems of the world, because the powers actually playing in this planet, those are bigger powers, because those come from technology, and we don't have that kind of potential, because we are not the authorities of this world. We are the good citizens of this planet, so we must live peacefully, brightly, and enjoy our lives, celebrating the wonderful mysteries of lives until the time that we can understand what's really mystery of our lives here in the planet, until the time we can also ascend from this planet into higher dimensions. So that's why life is really interesting in that concern. If we can see the point of living life to the fullest of meaning, to the fullest of blissfulness, and every day is new and really new and a wonder. So that's why begin your inner discovery, and we can smile by the light of heart wisdom. We can smile deep within, because our souls, our spirits are really shining by this time. Your spirits are shining by this time, and we don't have enemy. Our only enemy are will illnesses and blinding ignorance. That's our enemies. Brothers and sisters, we cannot judge our brothers and sisters, because every one of us has a reason in life. We always have our reasons in life, so that's why we can only live peace and harmony. And life, actually, life is a matter of choice, to live life peacefully, or to live life out of that process of love and peace and harmony. Okay, so joining also is si Ilira Ray. Kamahal na ning pangalan ning bata. Okay, so that's why, may hapon, welcome to. This
Yes.
one thing that I'm sharing, the lessons that I said for the Old Testaments. I assigned someone to keep the books for the Old Testament. So, tumo dito ni Gamhanang Ili Rare. Okay. Mauna sila i-assign dito sa mga karaang testamento.
Lunas siya.
Mag-ingon mo testamento nga kanang karunungan ng Dios sa pawaw, kanang complete case of the wisdom of King Solomon, Moses, abot pa sa mga libro nga pag-upang mga wala pa title nga nahibalaan sa mga tao. Dito atuan ninyo sila kay naani dito nila ang mga libro nga akong ano niya. Ako na yung gipakip nila kay this is actually useful also, because people practicing inner cultivation in the different testaments, they will look for that book. Okay, daghan na kayo nga libro. But in fact, kanang mga libro ha, pero I do not study that book anymore, because daghan magikapin siya gatos na ka testamento, different names. Wala pa nailabot sa mga libro nga tuwa sila lang makita lang ninyo may balo mo usahan pagdukol-dukol ng mga bato sa langob. Okay, so sabot diya nga by this time everything is revealed, only we need to discern by the heart wisdom. So kung saan na ito pag discern ang heart wisdom is complete surrender to the Most High. Don't have power. Really, I don't have power. I can only rely to the will of the Most High. And only that I forget everything, the lessons of Dugukan. So it means to say, when I forget everything, lessons of Dugukan, it's already there in my cell. So, madali naman ako pag hinumdum kay maingon naman ko nga unsa ba tong lesson sa Nursing Shaherion. Okay, my brain is very fast. Then it will come out in my screen. Okay, that's it. So it should be also in your case. Okay, so from mayroon pang mga mensahe ang atong mga kaibigan. So from Rosalyn Santos Langasa. Lungasa. Okay, bakit po kaya nahihilo ako habang nakikinig sa inyo? Pati habang nakikinig sa inyo. Pati po sikmura ko para pong akong nasusuka.
Sukaon. Yalikon.
Okay, so anyway, ako nga, parang, 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 anyway, this is okay. Because energy is always energy. We have to receive a line and adapt. Because when I'm also looking there in the screen, watching your energy, different energies, parang nahihilo rin ako magtingin sa mga different energies. So that's why I have to use this radiation salamin, radiation glass so that to protect the radiation of the one plus the energies as well. So that's it. Receive, align, and adapt. And actually, that's actually a good sign because you are perceptive with energy. When you can perceive the energy, so some reactions of your cells, you cannot define it right away because we need tuning up in our cells with our consciousness. That's why I said that we are comprising of trillions of cells. The physical body is comprising of trillions of cells, and every cell has a consciousness. Every cell is intelligent. So but of everybody, every cells that we have is actually we have the central voice, the central decision maker, which is our mind. So combining all the minds that we have, every cell's consciousness and our every cell's mind's consciousness and heart consciousness, combining all those frequencies that will result having oneness. So if in case our physical body, the muscle for example, cannot adjust, cannot adapt with the powerful images, it can affect also with the brain cells. So that's why, and to the circulations of the blood, every cells in our body is also activated and will respond to the new energies that we can perceive. So that's why, well, let's go back to the formula. Receive, align, and adapt. We have to receive, align, adapt so that we can adjust. And then until such the point in time, there is tuning. There is tuning. In fact, how many times that this happened actually in the places where having different energies, then the energies are really strangling energies, then the people, they are not weak in energy, they are really powerful in energy, only they are really open in their psychic chakras and without shielding. So that's why there were times that they can collapse, there are times that they can collapse because of the powerful energy. Then later on they realize that, oh, what happened, I what happened? Then they realized that they wake up, they got unconscious because of the powerful energies, and they try to. They are the physical body is adjusting the frequency of energy, but because the energy is really strong, so up to the point that they really, they go to sleep because of the powerful energy. And this one thing also that I really in the side, I always wake up the people because when I talk to them, maybe because of the time, because taas kayo nga istorya, magtulog yun sila. That's one thing. Ngayon nga nung matulog man mag-istorya, that's because the energy is working. So, here, we can perceive everyone's energy. So this is actually good, a good sign that we are perceivable or receptive with energy. Okay, open up your mind for energy and receive, line and adapt and harmonize the energy and be able to align with that energy so that even for very powerful energy. So that's why I practice art of life. Art of life, actually learning martial arts, for example, if you are dako imong lawas, so pwede ka mong duwa og sugat-sugat. Okay, go against the force. Then if you are not really big in the physical body, okay, do not go against the force. Go with the force. So that's it. So push, pull. You know when to push. You know also will to pull at the energy, and you know when to counter, and you know when not to counter. But we with the force. So then you will realize that you're really you're really absorbing the energy and you're really mastering your energy as well. Okay, from Jonil, Jim, na ako'y friend ba? Kung mag-watch siya sa imuha live kay magsakit iyang ulo o kasukaon siya, wala na lang siya nagpadayon og watch on siya meaning adto. Okay, this one thing. I was once before having a friend, buhi pa to siya, then I did not I did na, karon wala na siguro kay I cannot perceive his aura now. But that was long time ago. And yeah, he went to he went to Indonesia because he wanted to be initiated sa Kalimasada doon. Then when he's back here, so yun na kaya actually nagka-amigo because I was having a friend also practitioner of different kaning cultivation, Kalimasada, Nampun, and I think lain-lain na ito na nasod iyang giadto kay nag-practice yung mga spiritualism. Then he introduced me because that guy was a doctor, my friend, and a writer also of the book. Then he introduced me to that guy, his friend also. Then dito sila sa Kalimasada di ay dito sa Indonesia. And yeah, the time that gi-introduce siya sa ako mag-meet me, may bulong ko niya kay pag mulingi ko mapadpad siya. Ang mulingi ko na mapadpad siya. O niya, mo sakit ito mayo gid ang ulo nga sakit niya ang iyang mga ugat mamurot mayo yung mga ugat mo nga I was thinking wala siya ka-adjust kayo sa energy. But I told him because he was really bothered by my presence because ang iyang ugat maburot mayo ang iyang mga ugat, then sakit kay iyang ulo. Then I told him that you need to adjust the energy because your energy you must because the characteristic of energy, once your physical body is absorbent with energy, bigger energy, or what kind of energy, so you must be able to that you go back to the formula, receive, align, and adapt. At that time he was not really capable to absorb a new kind of energy, and he opened his channels, then he forgot to build up a powerful shielding. And I told him that you have to do your shielding because your energy is actually very strong. In fact, ang bulb, they can energize the bulb and make the bulb uh, solidified and make the bulb ligon nga bulb then ila itagak ngadto dili mabuak. So that's because of the energy. Then I told them that shielding, you must have the powerful shielding. So he realized that the shielding. So that's why he really took training of Dugukan. Then after a month of training, ma-realize na niya, makuha na niya, ma-absorb na niya ang energy. Then nakaya na gid niya. Then at that time, nawala na sa siya. I don't know ha, sa na siya karon. Then I perceive na something wala na siya kay murag bakante man yung energy. So that's why there are so many times like that because energy has the effect of the physical body. So that's why if you are training in the energy cultivation, it's much better that you will have your actual training really for different people having different vibrations of energy so that you will be enhancing your energy as well in the actual field of impact of energy. Okay, so I think daghan na ni atong istoryahan karon on let's read first from another message from Maribik Amil. Yes, Maribik, I'm energized every time I watch GMPS 172, and I'm grateful for giving me as who are not getting the lessons personally. And thanks to my friend abroad who joined Dugukan GMPS 172. Okay, well, nice. Okay. Ernie, sir, kumayong hapon diya, GMPS 172. God bless you. Okay, God bless you. Okay, so this one thing also, this also another meaning. Mayroon kong tao na makita na parang masusuka gyud ko. Nga na masuka magyud ko. That's because ang mukha sa tao, wala ko niya gabayran sa kanang utang unya gasigig pangutang kada adlaw mo nang masuko ang imuhang ang naong murag masuka pero that's in the negative side. Anyway, not included here. Just kidding. Okay, that's it. The formula is receive, align, and adapt. If you are perceptive with energy, that's really nice. And when you are open on your energy channels, you can receive, align, and adapt the energy. It must be because if you cannot align the energy, and then one thing also, especially for the experience of negative energy, because I noticed this many time, and there are many systems of throwing negative energy The formula, the basic formula that people are doing, it depends on where Oriental practice or Eastern Western. Just like when you're practicing Kabbalah, for example, Western or where's which side, and now is number life activation of the Trinity of man is different. It's new released. So, for example, if for example Chi, the Qigong practice is energy cultivation. So they do not use mantra, for example, mantra or divine words. They just concentrate on the vital force, and then they are enhanced with the vital force. They can release powerful energy to produce muscle hardening. Likewise, also in the system of Dugukan. In the system of Dugukan, we use energy, vital force, energy that comes from the bones and it's transmitted through the joints. So when you stretch your joints, you can express your internal energy. And when you are going to control that energy to pack up the muscles of your physical body, okay, let someone strike your muscles, then you will notice that your muscle is very powerful. It cannot be damaged by simple strike. So it needs really power to try to harm the muscles. So that's it. There's no divine words used for that. The modality used is thought follows energy. Then, in the Philippine version, for example, they are going to use divine words. Then chant the divine words. Then let chincho. They use chincho to cut the muscle. Then the muscle is not harmed. There's no even a single scratch in the skin or in the muscles because the muscles become very powerful. That's because that's packed up with electromagnetic force designed to protect the muscle. So that's the reason why packing up of energies in the system of the physical body. When we know, when you know the system of that, the procedure, okay, that's it. This is actually the program. And now we are going to expand our realization for that. The Dugukan, for example, the lessons of Dugukan, there's complete surrender to the Most High. So meaning complete surrender to the Most High, we are going to use our energy to help the healing of life, to help the healing of people. And that's why I'm encouraging everybody in the practice, new or not new, in the practice of energy cultivation, inner cultivation. Another term for inner cultivation is spiritual cultivation. So I'm going to encourage everyone that continue your practice because that is precisely useful on the coming days. On the coming days, that's precisely useful because when trials are actually higher and very dangerous, okay, you can survive because you already have your art of survival. For people that have yet art of survival, it quite seems like very difficult to survive because even without food to eat, people cannot survive. But you, if you have your art of survival, you're doing energy cultivation, inner cultivation. There's big difference between fasting and inner cultivation. Fasting is designed for how many days? A month, longer, 40 days, 45 days. Then it needs higher level when you do fasting 45 days. Then inner cultivation, when it comes to modality of water, you need not to eat the usual food that you eat only water. You have to transform the water into living water of life. Then after you can transform it, okay, use it and you can even leave the usual food that you eat. Meaning you can use it for the entire of for the lifetime. For the lifetime is you will survive with even without food to eat. You only take water for your art of survival. And in fact, you will become stronger. And in fact, you can add more years to your life if you use vital essence of nature, using water. So you will survive. So it's designed for prolong. It's designed for prolong. So that's why you will survive because let's say there is no food for 3.5 years because tribulations will happen. The first phase of tribulation will comprise 3.5 years. Then the second great tribulations will comprise another 3.5 years. Okay, because there are actually two school of thoughts in this version. Some groups, the other school of thought would say, okay, there's no great tribulation because that's religious. Okay, The other school of thought would say there is tribulation and great tribulation, because that is what is from the spiritual side said. That is actually the destiny of the world as prophesied by the prophets. They are written in the Holy Gospel. Okay, that's why there are actually two school of thoughts for that. And which side you believe, okay, doesn't matter, because you are doing your inner cultivation not because you believe, because you enjoy it. You enjoy it. So just like what we are doing here in Dugukan, we are in the holistic art. We do inner cultivation because we enjoy it, especially by this time. By this time, we have the enhancement quarantine. Okay, quarantine. We cannot go outside, and if we don't have quarantine pass, we should not go outside because there are coronavirus there. So there are viruses lingering in the surrounding. So people are afraid to go outside. Anyway, let's say if you people are really afraid of that, so they don't go outside, they don't have energy cultivation. Okay, what they are doing inside in the house is they keep eating without doing exercise, sleeping and eating and eating and sleeping. And right after that, after the lockdown, so they realize that they will become obese. They obese and they suffered hypertension, and there are so many problems in the health. That's because they don't have energy cultivation. So what we are actually doing right now is not because we believe it, we enjoy it because that's part of the management of our health, how we are going to take good care of our health so that we can maintain our healthful condition. So this is the thing that we are doing actually right now, and I'm encouraging everyone. So that's why holistic art is really very specific when it comes to the purpose. Holistic art is we are going to take good care of our physical body so that we can prolong our lives. We can rid off the negative energies. We can suppress the viruses. If there are viruses that will connect in our physical body, those shall be suppressed, and we are safety all the time. And we are also surviving because we have food to eat, water. If in case we haven't money, okay, we still survive because we have food to eat. We drink water. And of course, if we have so much money, we cannot buy food because we cannot go outside, and the supermarket here will sell you only five cans of sardines or five cans of foods, goods. Okay, it doesn't matter if we don't have food because we can do we have many other options. So this is what is actually an art is really meaning for. So we have the art of survival. So okay, so let's read first Mrs. Okay, before we close our conference, so tomorrow we'll be having another live broadcast right here the same time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then at 8 o'clock tonight, so I'm going to talk to Heidi. So if also Margaret would like to join, okay, let's join. Then we'll have to talk about the launching for chapter at US. Okay, so I think for anybody that don't have yet the copy of the book, for everybody, okay, if you are interested to have the copy of the book, so just go to the site. I think the book can be downloaded from the website.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, just try to visit the website. And another thing also, 12 midnight will begin the inner cultivation using water modality. And then before we close our conference, so let's do energy healing. And the second one is connect for energy healing. So meaning when you connect through this divine healing transmission, this actually not for the healing of your energy body, not only for the healing of yourself, but also be, this also include to give you connections so that you can do energy healing. So practice yourself that you can do energy healing, and inclusive in this package of lessons, you are going to build up the powerful shielding in your physical body. So these connections actually will give you shielding. So even though you do not say shielding for yourself, connect with these divine connections for your divine shielding. And another thing is connect with these divine connections for you so that you can do self-healing. And not only self-healing, so that you can do also energy healing whenever the time you want to do energy healing to the people. Okay, don't you worry because really this is actually tested because this from the energy from the Supreme Heaven and practitioners of Dugukan. Just like for example the one that I told you yesterday that visited here in the center. He just actually used this system and he did not use any other system because he cannot memorize many divine words. So he'll just use this connection. So the formula is receive, align, and connect. So receive, align, and adapt. So to receive, align, and adapt, so you have to connect in this divine energy. As you perceive now, okay, the energy is open. You are now connected with this energy. Then you will notice that you have this energy because you will perceive it in your physical body. So that energy actually is energy that can make you a healer, energy healer. Okay, receive. Connect your consciousness with my palm. Then I'll be sending to you the divine connection from the Supreme Master of Heaven for you to become a healer, energy healer. Okay, this is first for your shielding. Okay, connect, continue. As we could talk about holistic art, this will comprise the wholeness of the energy healing. Why? Okay, you'll just listen while I'm talking. Connect with my palm because I'm sending the energy for you to become an energy healer. Okay, this one thing, this will comprise the complete healing because we cannot complete the material healing if without the substance of powerful energy. So it means if we are going to delete the reality of energy in our physical body because we rely only on the knowledge of chemicals, so it means to say we omitted the vital part, which is energy. So complementary healing, it means to say you must complement it with energy. Until that point in time, there is sole realization that energy can help, energy can heal, and energy is actually the answer of everything that we need in our lives because energy can manifest what we want in our lives. Okay, continue the connection. Use your right palm. Just leave me talking here because I'm sending while I'm talking as well. I'm sending you the energy so that you will begin your energy healing and practice that healing. You need not to memorize many things, prayers, because I know everybody has your prayer. So continue with your prayer. This is an art and science of energy cultivation. So regardless of your belief, so you can practice this energy healing that I am now sending to you. Our formula is very simple: receive, align, and adapt. And then you are going to do energy healing. And you can do it because this divine connection now, which actually sending now there to you, is actually a divine connection from the Most High that you will become a healer. And this is already coupled with powerful shielding. And even to the point that you can perform, you can heal, you can exorcise. So for negative energy contaminations and positions of bad elements or negative energies, you can exorcise. All you have to do is just connect, receive, and align with this divine healing transmission. I am sending to you now the divine healing transmission from the Supreme Most High, from the Most High, through the bridging of divine radiance of Supreme Superlight Angels. Okay, continue your healing. Okay, for those who are doubtful with this energy, okay, you just try with this energy and see if there is a realization for your souls when it comes to the connections of this energy. Okay, receive, align, and adapt. This energy is actually very pure energy from the divine radiance of the Most High. But a little, very little of this energy is really powerful energy that any negative energies from the negative psychic attackers, this energy is really pierceful. It means to say This can burn up the negative energies caused from the negative psychic attacks. With this energy, you can exercise. You can cleanse off the negative energies. You can delete the negative energies contaminating the energy body of the person, or energy body that is actually contaminating your energy field, the energy that will contaminate your energy body. So receive, align, and then continue. The energy is still there, releasing for you. Okay, the second command for this energy is for healing. Now continue the connection. Receive the connection. Connect with my palm, through your palm, right palm. And now this I will be sending to you the energy healing. Okay, whichever part of your physical body which you feel that something is problem there, okay, do your healing. The healing now is going on. The command of this energy now is to energize the soul energy, to energize the energy body of your soul, and then to balance the energy centers of your physical body, and then to cleanse off the negative energy contaminations of your physical body, and then to activate your advanced divine connections within, with your guardian angel, and with your spiritual master. Okay, that's all. Now close your hands, close your palm. Okay, that's it. So, okay, after we close up our conference, so let's proceed to Art of Life 172. So we'll just relax first. In few minutes, let's say 5 minutes after our conference is done here. So let's proceed to Art of Life 172, collective Art of Life 172 exercise. Okay, tonight, before you go to sleep, okay, do not forget to do your setting of the mind that you can do conscious astral travel. You must do conscious astral travel. Do not force your mind that you can do it. Set your mind, then you can really do it. Okay, then right early, waking up early morning, okay, do your fourth task. Okay, so I think that's all for tonight. And I bade farewell yet now, and hasta la vista. More
Okay.
power.
Bye.